In this video, we're going to capture an animation with Meshcapade and bring it into iClone 8. The latest version is now enabled to receive FBX files that we send from here. I'm going to import a video. In this case, I'm going to choose this person who is doing a standing pose. I'm going to put her social media here, so you can check out her profiles and see the amazing work she does interpreting the movements of video game characters. So if you need anything from her work, you can contact her because she's really good at what she does. Well, here we can see that it captured pretty well. It also copies the body of the person in the video and their movements. We can see that there is no foot sliding. We can see that it doesn't lose contact with the floor when doing a spin in the air. It lands back in the same spot. So the capture is pretty good. The body is also in a good position. So that's it. The only thing we have to do now is export it. We're going to choose FBX. And here we're going to choose Unreal, even though it's for iClone, but it's the same FBX. And here I've already exported it with this name. Now I'm already in iClone 8. I chose this character and then put the clothes from another character I had here. And for example, this package appears, which is another one I have. So I use one character with another's clothes. And well, with the character here, the only thing I have to do now is import the FBX. And without doing any prior steps, it will recognize that it's from Meshcapade. This tab appears, and here is where we have to change and select our option. We click convert, and now it's going to apply the animation. Alright, now the animation has been applied. Things we need to keep in mind. First, let's see if it turned out well. I'm going to scroll to the end and finish it here. I'm going to zoom out a bit and let's see if it's okay. And we can see that it is. It does it correctly. Exactly the same. Things we need to keep in mind here. For example, we can make the character have better contact with the ground because right now it's floating above it. But with the character selected, we go to this option and choose foot here, which is already selected in this case, but if not, you would need to click there. And we're going to select this part, and here we're going to lower it, and we see that when it touches the ground, it makes contact because the knees bend. So now it will always be at floor level. I'm going to move it a bit more here so it ends up inside the frame. Okay, and another thing we need to keep in mind is that the cape has physics, so we would need to select the cape. They're already enabled, but I'm going to show you where to activate them from. I'm going to select the cape there, and in the physics section here, we need to have the physics option enabled. Here it gives us different fabric options, like to make it stretch. Let's try any of them, for example this one. Let's see if it stretches more now. Yes, we can see it falls a bit more. But I don't know, the most suitable one here would be, let's try this one for example. Well, you can choose any of them. As you select the different options here, the parameters down below will change. Another thing you can also choose is the wind. If we want the cape to have some kind of wind effect, for example, I could choose this one, Storm. Of course, it's going to lift up a lot more, as if there were wind, but now it's going all over the place. Still, we can also lower the values here, right? Elasticity, inertia. And if not, we can obviously choose another one. Well, this one is light, less intense. Another thing we have to keep in mind is that the character has capsules for collision with the physics. So we need to select the character here, go to this section, and go to this collision shape option. And here you'll see the different capsules the character has to prevent. In this case, the cape goes inside the body. For for example, if I go in here, well, I have these capsules that are in this section. I can also make these bigger if I want to. Well, I can keep making all of them bigger, checking as I go. And that way I'll almost always prevent the fabric from going inside the character. And another option is to change this here to biframe. And that means it's going to go more slowly and perform the physics calculations better. Well, that's all. As I said, you just drop the FBX onto the character and that's it. You don't need to do any prior steps or anything. And you can use the Mesh Kapade animation on any iClone character directly. See you in the next video.